Well said. All right, we got one last Guardians topic to get to, and it is brought to us by Epicor. Every team knows the value of hard work, of taking pride in what you build, in practicing every detail to get the best results. But no one player, no matter how amazing, can do it all alone. Working together makes getting the win easier. At Epicor, the all-stars are the hardworking manufacturers and distributors who create and deliver all the things we need, from aerospace to electrical to medical devices, from small businesses with big dreams to growing enterprises with global visions. We'll equip you with the right tools to move forward. Think ahead and lead the way, because as the clock ticks down, you need to make the most out of every hardworking minute. Easier doesn't cut corners. Easier finds the lane. Discover your success at easierwithepicor.com. On Friday, the Guardians take on the Angels. You can find that game right here on WKYC. Make sure you guys tune into that. Okay, question for you guys. Jose Ramirez is on fire lately. He's currently on a 21-game hitting streak, and during that 21-game hitting streak, he is hitting nearly 400. He's got 4 homers, 12 RBIs. Bull, is a 1.100 OPS good or bad?
It's excellent.
It is excellent. He has 13 extra base hits into that 21-game hitting streak. He has shaken off completely. There's a little bit of a slow start to the season he was having. Despite that, he still only has 27 RBIs, which is in the 70s
not his fault
overall. But
that's not really his fault completely.
The question I wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah.
In a world where Thanos from the Avengers could snap and make people disappear, if I were to snap and make Aaron Judge disappear off the face of the earth, would Jose be the front runner right now for the AL MVP award? Is he having that good of a season?
No, go ahead, Tyus.
I was going to say Kyle Rowley for the Mariners.
He'd be right there. I would certainly be ahead of Jose.
Or Bobby Witt. I mean,
those are all guys in the conversation.
Yeah.
You think he'd be the front runner?
Jose?
Yeah.
I think he's got a hell of a case.
I ain't saying he don't got a case now, but I think that those two names that I also just mentioned is also playing really well too, and I think it'd be somewhere in that mix of that bag.
Jose is not finishing second if the MVP were voted on today. You look at traditional stats, he's not high enough. You look at WAR, he's not high enough. Even if you just look at offense, plus his defense hasn't been quite as good this year. Jose is a great player, and he's absolutely on fire right now. And if he gets to 25, 26 games in the hit streak, then we got to start talking about where we are historically. But if you look at his WAR, I mean, I think he's like 20th or even lower than that in WAR. Just in offensive WAR alone, which I know WAR confuses a lot of people, but a lot of people follow that, and a lot of people vote on it. If you look at just offensive WAR, according to Fangraphs, he's tied for 20th in Major League Baseball behind these guys in the American League: Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, Bobby Witt, Jacob Wilson, Alex Bregman, well, he's hurt, Jeremy Pena, Itzhak Paredes. So he's behind like 6 or 7 guys in terms of just offensive WAR. And total WAR, he's even lower because his defense hasn't been very good this year. Great base runner, great player. Love Jose, love everything about him. I'm glad he's bounced back after the slow start. But no, he would not be the MVP. He'd finish, he'd get some votes down the line, but I don't think he'd get any first place votes.
So he's not in the conversation?
Not really. To me, no. I'll say maybe I could put him in the considration because there's not a clear second guy. It's not obviously clear.
No, I think Witt's going to get a lot of votes.
Cal Raleigh, considering he's a catcher,
he's having an incredible year.
I mean, he's what is he? Second or third in the majors in home runs.
Second in home runs.
I mean, that's magnificent for a catcher. It's just crazy.
I talked to him last spring training. For his dad was his coach.
Yeah.
I did the story on switch hitting and how switch hitters are dying off.
Yeah.
He's a switch hitter, and he said he was so grateful to his dad. His dad made him do it as he was a kid, and he's having a monster year.
Yeah, and if you look at it's an advantage to be on a division winner too. Right now they lead the West.
Yeah.
The Yankees don't have another candidate besides Judge, and the Tigers don't really have an MVP candidate. Spencer Torkelson's having a nice bounce back season, but he's not an MVP candidate. So Raleigh
Devers is having a great year offensively, but he's a DH, and I think he'll get dinged by.
Yeah, there's just all this weird stuff around him, and they're playing terrible. They're under 500 now.
Yeah.
So no, if I had to vote right now for second place in the MVP, I'd vote for Cal Raleigh. So good call by you, Tyvus.
How
but,
impressive.
But we still got a long way to go. You telling me
Yeah,
could Jose finish second? Absolutely.
How
but right
impressive-
now, I wouldn't even consider voting him for second.
How impressive is what he's done over the last 30 days? That's 21 games.
It's amazing considering he has no help around him.
Yeah.
Like the only other really good hitter on the team, that's ahead of him, and Quan. And I know Manzardo's been solid, but nobody's afraid of Kyle Manzardo. Jose Ramirez is literally the only hitter you fear in this lineup because, as good as Quan is, teams don't fear Stephen Quan. He's a good hitter, but he's not really a power hitter, so you don't really fear guys that are not power hitters.
You know who they should fear?
Who?
Big Christmas.
No, they literally don't, Tyvus. They don't.
Nobody.
Stop it.
Speaking of Big Christmas, the oh no, I was going to say Franmil Reyes got cut, but he's already gone.
You want to hear something sad about Jose's hot streak? In the last 30 days,
Yeah.
he has more extra base hits than he has RBIs, meaning that literally nobody's on base in front of him when he gets up.
Now, part of it's that. It might also be he's not getting hits with runners in scoring position. I'd have to look at the numbers.
That's actually a good point. Fair.
But
But he's hitting 390 in the last 30 days.
Yeah, it's probably that guys aren't on base more than he's not getting clutch hits. But
Does John Kinsey speak English?
Yeah.
Okay. Just asking.
I've seen
every player speaks English.
Well,
A lot of players want you to believe they don't speak
They
English.
play it off good.
They all the Spanish speakers speak
So
English.
if I see a baseball player and I say something, he know exactly
Absolutely,
what I'm
100%.
Okay.
They all understand.
saying. Okay.
They just it allows them not to talk to the media a lot if they no habla inglés. Same thing with the Japanese players to some degree.
I've told you the Jose story, right, Ty?
Yeah, you said that
Yeah.
he was working out.
Oh,
and
Jose's
stuff.
been here forever. Of course he speaks English.
He
He was
like,
talking English to his trainer, and someone
Of
asked him for a
course.
picture, and he goes, "No hablo inglés."
Yeah, right,
The guy
right,
turned
right.
his back, and he was like, "Yeah, so what are we doing after the game?"
Yeah.
They all speak.
Are you surprised, Ty?
I'm not surprised that he did that, but I truly felt like some people on the Guardians probably. I'm like, man, maybe they really don't know how to speak English.
No.
No, we blew Tyvus's mind when I told you.
Jose, yeah.
speaks English.
Because I had like literally that year after a game, he had a translator standing right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, he been here this long, he still got a translator, but like he did it like that, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
he might not know how to really speak.
I mean,
English.
some of it is there's some nuance in the language maybe you don't want to miss, but generally it's that they want to do less.
you
Jose
think-
Ramirez doesn't do a lot of interviews.
Do you think it's been translators that the guy is actually saying that's a BS answer, but the translator?
Oh,
cleaned it
translators
up?
cleaning up all the time.
Is that a fact?
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah,
ever
but there
say
are
word for word.
There's a lot of people in America that speak Spanish though, so you can only get away with it to some degree.
we just saw that.
Yeah.
I think it was Devers.
Yeah.
Where Devers was speaking
Yes.
in Spanish and
Yeah.
the translator cleaned it up.
Right.
And
Well,
people on Twitter were like, no. That's not what he said.
Yeah, because the whole he doesn't want to play first. Now, to be fair to him, the Red Sox botched that whole situation. But
How?
how? How about you fly to his house in the winter and say, hey, we're adding a third baseman, so we don't want you to play first base. Prepare as a first baseman, but you're going to probably be the DH. You
Yeah.
sign the guy to a big contract. He's your franchise player. He's your best player. Do him the courtesy of going there. I get it. He's got to be a good teammate.
It's also a
and do that.
dick move to not play first.
It
It's
is a dick
total
move, but the way they handled it, if they had handled it better in the beginning, he probably would have played first base. I don't know. I think you owe it to your best player if you're going to switch his
probably
position.
right. You're probably right.
Yeah. Now he's handled it badly too, but
Yeah.
they screwed up in the first place. But anyway, meanwhile, one other baseball story is the Rockies, who are 9-46. Remember last year the White Sox set a futility record, winning 40 games in a season. The Rockies are on pace to win 26.
We all know Bull loves talking about the Cubs. I think
Yeah.
he loves talking about the Rockies
it.
almost as much as
I'm
he loves
obsessed
talking
with
about
talking
the
about
Cubs.
the Rockies. Well, because I want to see how
You like
many
you
games-
like car crashes.
I do.
You stop and rubbernut car
No, I
crashes.
actually don't. I hate people that do that. I don't. Speaking of which,
Well, the
and I-
Colorado Rockies are a car
speaking
crash.
of random things, well, let's finish on the Colorado Rockies. You got any other thought?
No.
They actually have a decent bullpen, by the way. They got some decent arms in that pen. They have their
Clearly not.
lineup is the worst, and their rotation's terrible. One other thing I want to say that's kind of random, and I know I'm going to be in the minority with men, but like today, I'm at a light that I actually didn't go through, And I see this woman walking with high heels, and I'm thinking, why do women wear high heels? It's insane. The fact that we are in a society that women wear high heels, it is batshit crazy. So I'm speaking to all women out there, stop wearing high heels. And if guys don't like it, that's on them. Don't make yourself suffer. It is not comfortable to wear high heels. Any woman that says it's comfortable is lying to you because she wants to pretend it is, and she's conned herself into believing.
What if they like the way that they look?
It's insane.
What if they don't like being short and they like being tall?
Who cares about being? That is the male patriarchy telling people they shouldn't be short or whatever. Women are shorter. That's
short.
it. Who cares? What?
Jason's short. You know?
Oh, and he's not? Why are you picking on
I
me
didn't
for?
say I wasn't short. I am short.
Y'all
but
y'all
I have,
have
more
a
of
problem with
Wait
it.
a second, Jason. I have more of an excuse to be short than you do.
What is that?
I'm Jewish. Jewish people are generally shorter, and so I.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
In the Jewish community,
You thought he was gonna say
I'm average height. You're Christian. In the Christian community, you're short.
Well, my mom and dad were short. There's nothing I can do about it. So, this is all I got.
Yeah, I know.
This is all I got to work
In
with.
my family, I'm tall. You should see me taking pictures of the rest of my family. I look like a giant. My sister's like 4'11". My mom's 5 foot even. My brother-in-law's like 5'5".
How tall's your dad?
My dad was about the same height as me. But my mom's dad was tall. He was over 6 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
So you thought you had a shot.
When I'll never forget Dr. Antar. Dr. Antar, I love you, but you steered me wrong. When I was in the sixth grade, I'll never forget him saying, "You're going to be well over 6 feet tall."
You was ecstatic, huh?
I was like, damn right, I'm going to play in the majors. I was convinced I was going to play in the majors. All right, go ahead, Mike.
Just a quick reminder that
Yep.
Friday, WKYC Guardians Angels coverage begins at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune in. Tomorrow we got Curtis Danberg and Justin Latta joining the show to help us preview the big Guardians Angels matchup. Bull,
Yes.
last stop before you tell us about Menu RX one more time.
Oh, yeah. menu-rx.com. Dr. Jake May and his crew. If you're looking to lose weight, get in better shape, just find the right diet for your body. They do metabolic testing. We're actually using science, not some idiot on Instagram telling you, if you eat 18 cashews a day, you're going to lose weight. Nobody can speak for you and nobody can speak for your body. But at Menu RX, they will test you specifically and test your body to learn how your body reacts to different foods. This is great. And it's unique to Menu RX. So if you want to actually work with doctors, scientists, nutritionists to get in the best shape of your life, go to menu-rx.com. That's menu-rx.com. Sign up with any of their plans and get a 1-year membership to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, absolutely free, $60 value for no money. Your health insurance may cover your Menu RX subscription, and you can definitely use HSA and FSA spending accounts. Menu-rx.com.